Hi, and welcome back to Dwayne's Guitar Lessons. Today we're going to look at the final step of my Frankenstein. I think it's pretty much put together. I've got the bridge put in. I left the backing plate off. I still have to make the plate for this. Actually, I'm getting it in the process. I made the plate, and I in the process of painting it and putting it on there. I couldn't find one that fit, so I just had to customize one. I think I'll leave this one off. A lot of players I know don't play with that. They say it sounds better without the backing plate on. And the tremolo bridge came with the backing plate, but it doesn't fit, and I don't really want to customize it and everything. So I'm just going to leave that off there. If I find that it's a problem, then I'll fabricate a plate that goes on the back of that. But for right now, I'm just not going to worry about it. I'll just cover the wires. You do want to cover the wires. That's important. So now I've got the strings on it, and I've got it tuned up a bit. And I didn't really make a video of putting the strings on and all that stuff. And the reason why is because when you first start setting up these tremolos here, these floating bridge tremolos, this one is an Ibanez Edge, but it's similar to a Floyd Rose, real similar to that. And a lot of times when you're setting them up, since they're floating, when you put the strings on there, they tend to do this kind of stuff. The bridge does. And so what happens is you tune up the 6th string, the 5th, the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, the 1st. By the time you get to the 1st, 6th one's out. And then you have to repeat the process. Then the 6th one's out again. You have to keep going over that over and over and over until the tremolo bridge can stabilize. Like I said before, it's being held by the springs in the back. That's one of the reasons why I didn't put that cover on, because I wanted to show you that. So you can see they're being pulled by those springs in one direction, and being pulled by the guitar strings in the other direction on the top. So when you tune it, just to set it up to begin with, once you get it set up and it's stabilized, you can lock it in and it should stay in tune. But originally, to begin with, when you first put the strings on, you get a lot of this wobbling back and forth stuff, and it takes a little while to tune up the guitar because of that. And a lot of people get frustrated with that. They don't have a lot of patience, and they don't actually like these kind of bridges. I actually like them. I think they're really cool. They're made well. If you can set them up properly, they'll stay in tune, and you can use the whammy bar and make some really cool sounds with it, which is kind of what I like to do. So, now also, it came with a brand new tremolo bar, but I decided to put my old one on here because it looks a little more vintage. It's kind of wore out. It's from my other guitar. It's wore out. Some of the chrome's coming off right here and stuff. So it's going to be a chrome bridge with a kind of smoked chrome, or cosmic black is what they call it. Tremolo bar. It's going to have I've got the chrome pick rings in there for right now. I ordered some other ones. I might put those in. I might keep these in. I haven't really decided. But I've got it plugged in now. So I wanted to just get the strings put on. And when I first put them on, I was getting a bit of fret buzz. And if you don't know what that is, it's when you hit the string, you can hear this kind of unnatural buzzing, and it's called fret buzz. So what you got to do is adjust the bridge. And the thing with these kind of bridges, what's really neat, is they adjust in 2 spots with your Allen wrench. Just put an Allen wrench in here, and you unscrew it. If you remember those 2 screws that I had mentioned in the very first video, I think the first or second video when I was taking the things apart, and I mentioned there was those 2 screws in there that hold the bridge, the tremolo bridge on there, and those adjusted up and down, and that makes a difference on your string height. So when I first put the strings on, I was getting some fret buzz. So what I did is I took an Allen wrench and I adjusted here, brought it up to where there was enough room off the fretboard where I wasn't getting any fret buzz. So I'm still going to have to make some minor adjustments. There's some things you can adjust right here in the saddle. There's a few things to adjust. I don't think I'm going to have to adjust the neck. It seems pretty straight. I thought maybe I would have to adjust the truss rod, but it seems pretty straight to me as I'm looking down it. The strings seem like they're pretty even, fairly low action. The tremolo bar isn't sticking up too high. I did have to make some adjustments on that, and that's how you do it in the back here with these 2 screws that screw into the body. So those adjust the spring tension, which adjusts the height of the tremolo bar in the front, okay, whether it's sticking way up or it's down like this, okay. So depending on your style of playing and how you want it, that's what I really like about these kind of systems, these tremolo systems, is you can set them up however you want to play. If you like to play a certain way, if you like to have it in the back but you like to go forward, then you can set it up like that. If you like to pull the bar back more than forward, you can set it up that way as well. I mean, there's a lot of really neat things you can do with this, which I really like about it. So now's the time to check it out, see if it's all working properly. So we've got it plugged into my amp here. Let's see if we can get some sound coming through here. Oh, we can. Look at that. And I don't know if this is going to distort. Like I said, this little web camera. I need to get something better, but I wanted to kind of finish this guitar first before I went and worried about that. So, looks like we got some sound. Awesome. Pickup selector switch is working good. Not getting any hum or any buzzing or anything. So that tells me everything's grounded properly. It's working good. We've got our volume knob working. Got our tone knob working. You're not hearing any like buzzing and stuff like that. So that tells me all the wiring that I did back here, I did all that correctly because we're not getting any buzzing or anything like that. So that was the one thing that concerned me the most when I started this project, tried to put this guitar together. I knew I could put the body and the neck together. I knew I could put the nut on and the tuners and, you know, and the pickups. It was the wiring that was concerned. But after, you know, messing with it so many times over and over and taking them out and putting them in, I think I got it now. And I've learned a lot of stuff. This has been a really good learning experience for me. Very educational, and I would recommend if a person wants to learn some stuff about the guitar, build one. You'll learn a lot of stuff, not only about the guitar, about your capabilities of how to put it together and stuff. Learned a lot of stuff about the wiring, how I'll do that a little bit different next time. But it seems to me I'm not getting any fret buzz. Like I said, I was at first, but I made some adjustments to the bridge through the Allen wrenches, which is something you can do. And I didn't take the nut off, the original nut that came with the neck. I didn't take that off. Sometimes those need a shim underneath them. And so I figured since I didn't take it off, it's probably still, you know, set from the factory. So since I didn't take it off, it probably doesn't need any adjustments. And I'm correct, it doesn't need any adjustments. The height on here is really good. I think it's supposed to be a certain amount, you know, of inches off the fretboard, but you got to have a certain gauge to do that, and I don't really have that, so I'm not really going to worry about that too much. I know how I like to play. I know, you know, if I'm getting fret buzz or anything. I know if I've got high action or too low of action. You know, I've been playing guitar long enough and messing with these guitars long enough to know kind of how to adjust them. And basically, it's just down here at the bridge, and you can also adjust the saddles back and forth if your harmonics on your tuning isn't correct. Okay, so let's see, I think I have this pretty much in tune now, so let's check it out. Alright, that sounds cool. I think this bad boy's ready. You know what? I think it sounds good. I'm not hearing any buzzing. I'm not hearing any, you know, anything like that. Man, this is, I think I did a good job on this. Neck pickup works. Middle pickup. Sounds good clean. Yeah, sounds like it's supposed to. Alright. You know what? I think this sounds pretty good. Sounds really good. So let's take a review real quick here. Started off with the body. It was black. Didn't have anything on it. Didn't have any pickups. Didn't have the bridge. It had one tone knob. It had the volume knob, which I switched out. Didn't have a tone knob, and it had a switch, but it wasn't the right one. It was some other switch they put in there, and they drilled the hole bigger. So I had to I put a dowel in there, block that, and then I re-drill the hole so that this switch will fit in there because it's a different switch, has a different bolt pattern. I put in the volume pot and the tone pot, wired all that stuff in like I mentioned. Today I got the bridge, the tremolo system, like I said, it's a system, and I got that all installed and adjusted properly. And we got the neck put on, and I kept the vintage tuners, and I've got the original nut that came with the neck, which is black, and then I have the locking screws are going to be chrome. So we're going to have chrome locking screws, and for right now we've got chrome. I've got chrome pickup guard, or I'm sorry, these are called pickup rings, and I might leave those on, or I might put those black ones on that I ordered. I'm not really sure about that yet, but those haven't come yet. So I just wanted to kind of get this put together. I've been excited about it, been working hard on this project and excited about it. So I wanted to just put it together. I want to get the strings put on, see if all the wiring was done and sounds good, and it looks like it does. So I'm excited. This guitar is going to rock. It's got a really thin neck on it, like a shredder neck where you play like this. Kind of that old metal style stuff from the probably 80s and 90s from like Metallica and stuff, you know, if you want to play real fast. Awesome, this sounds good. So, if I can do it, you can do it too. So thank you very much for watching. I think I'm going to have one last video I'll put of this series. I go over to one of my students' house, we jam a little bit, and so if we get some time, I'll take it over there and check it out over there through my other amp, and we'll see how it sounds through that, and my pedal board and stuff. But right now I'm just kind of plugged into my little orange amp. And I'm not sure, this is probably distorting this little camera, doesn't do all that great, but here's what I'm plugged into there, my Marshall cabinet. It sounds pretty good, doesn't sound too bad. But I think it came out pretty good. So we can do one more. I want to say once again, if you watched through all these videos, thank you very much for that. Watching and supporting my creativity. Had a lot of fun building this. I think it sounds good. And I'm off to build my next one. So thank you very much once again for watching, and talk to you soon.